Okay, today beginning with the history chapter number 3, that is applied history. Let us first see what do you mean by applied history. Now, what do you mean by history? You have already learned. Now, what do you mean by applied history? Now, if you see many students, many parents, they are of the opinion that history is of no use. Why to study history? Okay? There is no use in future after studying history. Studying of history, geography is just a waste. Even you must be hearing it among your friends, your parents, your relatives. Maths and science is the only subject which comes in use in future. But history, geography पढ़ के क्या करना है? What is there in history? Okay? But this is a totally wrong notion. History, as we have studied in the earlier 2 chapters, it is very vast, very, very vast. Now, some things from the history are very useful for us in our modern life as well as future life. Contemporary means modern life. So in our modern life, in our future life, there are many things that we can take help of from the history. History can help us. So that part of the history which can be of help to the public is known as applied history, or it is also known as public history. Okay? So what do you mean by applied history? It is that part of the history which is useful in the modern world as well in the future world. Okay? For example, now we are dealing with the pandemic, corona. Earlier also this kind of pandemic, that is the flu, had taken place. So here we can take the information that what these countries, what our country had done during the time of plague. Okay? So because what precautions they had taken, how they had avoided, how they survived it, we can take help of that and do. Like for example, if you see that during the plague, the women used to and the men, they used to wear all plastic above their head and prevent themselves from being infected by others. So seeing that the same process is being applied here also. So this is the meaning of applied history. It is also known as public history because it is going to be in use by the public. And there are many misgivings. Misgivings means many wrong informations given to the people about the history. So public history collects all those parts which is going to be in use of the general people. For example, till now people used to say that only historians are going to study history. History is meant only for the historians. What general public has to do with that? So that notion now is not there, because public history will make you study only those things or make you aware of only those things which are of your use. Okay. Now there are many other universities outside India where there are many courses in public history. For example, Srishti Institute of Art, Design and Technology, it is at Bengaluru, Karnataka. Now this institute has an independent department, means it is not under any government department, named the Center for Public History. There is one institution whose name itself is Center for Public History, and all the people who want to study the public history can come here and study. They can do various researches. Now, knowledge of history, as I said you, it is useful because it can provide guidance in finding solutions to contemporary social issues and incorporate them in the social planning. So whatever problem we are facing now in the modern life or in the future life, now what is done in this public history, same type of situations are searched for, and then they see that during that time what man had did to come out of this. Now all the projects, all the programs which are related to applied history, now they can also create opportunities for people to participate along with the technical experts. For example, tourists, okay, going to some forts, all heritage buildings, So those who are having knowledge, those who are interested in history, they are known as technical experts, have got a lot of knowledge. Now they can work as tourists, tourists and guides. What they do when you go to some historical places, they give you all the information about that, and it's a job for them. They get money in return. Now tourism also creates interest in history among the people. Okay, you go to some particular place, don't you go and read over there, वहाँ पे लिखा रहता है ना कौन से राजा ने बनाया है, and the history about that place. So it makes it very interesting for the tourist also to read and come to know about that. For example, there is a in the Vasai West, there is a fort. Okay, so if your relatives and all come, you take them over there. They only feel interested if you know something more, and you tell them, see, this is the place where this king had this, and what are the history of the fort. So they can volunteer also to participate. Now you know that we should conserve यानी बचा के रखना. We have to protect our heritage. We have to preserve. Heritage का मतलब होता है our belongings, our old belongings which are to us. They are our pride. Okay. For example, Taj Mahal, Red Fort, all these forts, palaces. So it is our duty, every citizen's duty to protect it. If you find anybody writing on the walls, if you find anybody breaking them, you have to stop and report it. So it is a duty of every citizen to protect and safeguard the cultural heritage, the historical monuments of their place. Now, applied history and research in various fields. The history is what? History is an account of all the past events, and it is also the way our lifestyle is shaped. It is always dependent on the historical chain of events. For example, what you eat, how you talk, how you stay is what you learn from your parents. Now what your parents are doing is what they learned from their parents, and their parents did what they learned from their parents. So you can see today what you are doing, today what you are eating, how it is related to history. Now historical events, they can relate to many fields like politics, social and religious structure of a community, philosophical, technological, science, etc. Philosophical means the thought process. सोचने का जो ये होता है, like during that time what they thought, then how they thought. Earlier women and men, they were both equal. Okay, so but then how come today we are living in an age where man is considered to be above the woman in the society? How it has become a man-dominated society? We have to go back in the history and see that in the beginning when both were equal, then which particular generation and what happened, that due to which these changes have taken place. Now, direction of future development in every field is dependent on the state of available knowledge. Now, how rich your history is, depending on that particular field, we can do more and more advancements. Suppose I want to do some research, I want to do some advancement, and if I am not having any information about the past, it is not going to help me much. Why? Because in the past, if I am knowing the history, I can also know what mistakes were committed by my forefathers. So that mistake I will not commit. So the method of history, we have already studied in the second chapter the different methods of history. Now these methods of history can prove to be of value in the research of various fields. The first field is philosophy. Now the history of philosophy depends in understanding the origin of various ideologies, the intellectual traditions giving rise to these ideological and their historical development. Now philosophy means, I said you, the ideas, okay, the thought process, how I told you about the woman. So how these thought processes started developing and how these changes are today in what we are studying. So this is about the first page.